Once wrote that the Mississippi Delta begins here in the lobby of the Peabody Hotel, and that phrase is as true today as it's ever been. The Peabody's history began back in 1869, just a couple of blocks from here at Maine and Monroe. Colonel Robert Brinkley was our founder, and he had set out to build the finest hotel the Mid-South had ever seen, and name it the Brinkley House. He succeeded on that first point, but just before the grand opening, his good friend Mr. George Peabody passed away. Mr. Peabody was not just a good friend of the owner, he was also a noted humanitarian and philanthropist. And it was in his honor that the name was changed at the last minute from the Brinkley House to the Peabody Hotel. And the Peabody has always stood as a symbol of Southern hospitality and elegance, and it was so at Maine and Monroe until 1923. It had been decided that we needed to expand and relocate to here, 149 Union Avenue. So after 2 years and about $5 million in construction, on September 1st, 1925, the Peabody reopened its doors to the beautiful hotel we stand in today. The Peabody has also served as a social center here in Memphis. We have played host to countless weddings, proms, parties, and celebrations, many of those hosted on our Peabody rooftop, where we have a gorgeous view of downtown Memphis and the Mississippi River, as well as the Royal Duck Palace, the lavish livings of our fine feathered friends. If you'd like to visit the rooftop or the Duck Palace, I welcome you to. Hop into the elevators, hit S for Skyway, and take a right out the double doors. On the way back down, or if we're waiting for the rooftop to reopen after 12, I encourage us to visit our memorabilia room. It's up here on the mezzanine, just above the gift shop, and there we have artifacts and stories unique to the Peabody's history. We have portraits of presidents and stars who have graced our halls. We have played host to every president since Harry Truman here at the hotel. We have a piece of Elvis Presley's first contract, which was typed and signed here in this very lobby. And of course we have my favorite artifact, a memo to our general manager regarding the menu over at Chez Philippe, explaining to him that, well, we can have absolutely no duck served on any menu here at the hotel. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we're of course here to see the march of those Peabody Ducks. But if we haven't done so before, it may surprise us all to learn that our whole tradition here got started with a bit of a practical joke. In 1933, our general manager, Mr. Frank Scott, and his friendship were out hunting in Arkansas. And they brought with them, of course, some live duck decoys to help them hunt. They also brought with them some Jack Daniels to help them keep warm. And the gentlemen focused a bit more on the Jack Daniels. Never quite got around to hunting, and so were surprised when they returned to the hotel and found that they had forgotten to leave their 3 English call ducks back at the farm. They improvised, snuck them into the hotel lobby, and let them loose into our fountain instead. Their deed done, the gentlemen retired to their rooms for the night, but when they came down the next morning, they found a few things they didn't expect. They were, of course, relieved to find that the ducks had stayed in the fountain the entire night long. They never hopped out, flapped about the lobby, or waddled off to see the sights of Memphis, but they were a bit concerned by the crowd that had grown around the fountain. And they rushed over. They apologized and said that they would get this cleaned up right away. But the people there said no. They loved the ducks and suggested instead that we let them stay as our guests. So, ladies and gentlemen, we have continued to honor that request, for we have had ducks as permanent residents here at the hotel for the past 80 years. Then in 1940, we had a gentleman join us, a bellman, Mr. Edward Pembroke. Mr. Pembroke was a retired animal trainer for Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Bailey Circus. He told us if given the opportunity, he would train our 5 North American mallards to march across the rooftop, ride down the elevator, and then march down the red carpet into our lobby fountain every morning at 11 o'clock. Then they would stay until 5 p.m. when he would usher them out of the fountain, march them back up the red carpet, up the elevators, and back to their room. Mr. Pembroke would continue to march ducks here at the hotel for 50 years. He also took the ducks all across the country. They were on the Tonight Show with Johnny Carson. They were featured in People magazine. He and the Ducks even made a very special guest appearance on Sesame Street for National Rubber Ducky Day. And Mr. Pembroke did so much for the hotel, but especially for our ducks, that he was named the world's first duck master. My name is Anthony. I'm actually only the 5th duck master since 1940, and in just a few moments it'll be my honor to continue our tradition for you. To the King Cotton March, all under the ducks across the rooftop. We'll ride down the elevator, but at precisely 11 o'clock, the music will roll, the doors will open, and the ducks will march. We do ask, ladies and gentlemen, that if we are here by the red carpet and the entrance to the elevator, that we keep those areas clear. And please also resist the urge to reach out and pet the ducks. They are wild animals visiting with us after all. Please also do our best to remain seated here in the lobby. But finally, and most importantly, ladies and gentlemen, please take as many flash photos as you like. You are all guests with us here today at the Peabody, and this march is for you. On behalf of the ladies and gentlemen and ducks here at the hotel, I thank you for joining us. I'll be right back at 11 o'clock. Thank you very much. We're here by the red carpet. Go see these go from the skyway to the lobby. The music will roll and the ducks will walk.
What'd you think, old girl?
I'm waiting for the ducks.
Oh, yeah.